What if I told you that most Nigerian businesses are losing money on every sale because they're not pricing their products correctly? Today, I'm going to build an automated pricing system that protects profit margins from taxes, and I'm going to do it using AI from start to finish. No guesswork, just smart automation. In this video, we'll cover building the actual system with AI-assisted coding. By the end of this video, you will see how AI can 10x your development speed without compromising on quality. So if you're ready, just sit tight and let's build something amazing.
So fantastic. Now we have our PROD, we have our plan, we have our mock-up sketches that we got from Google Sketch. So what we're going to do next is to open an IDE. An IDE is where you do your coding. So I'm going to be using VS Code IDE. In VS Code IDE, I'll be specifically using Claude Code. So to call up Claude Code, the first thing I would do is to include the mock-up images and codes that we got from Google Sketch. Like you can see, I've already included all of them here. I just added all of them so that Claude Code can reference them. Then I'll also include the PROD files. As you can see here, these are the PROD files so that Claude can actually reference them. All right. So as you can see, let me show you. These are the PROD files. So Claude Code can actually reference them. So the next thing for me is to open up a terminal. And to open up a terminal is very simple. You come up here and you click on terminal and then you click new terminal. This will open up a new terminal in the folder of the project you're creating. Okay. Your terminal needs to open in the folder, the exact folder on your laptop that you're creating everything with. Next step now is for me to initiate Claude. So I'll simply type in Claude and then hit enter. You give it some few seconds and Claude will immediately initiate. But before you do any coding at all, before you proceed, before you even start anything, you have to allow Claude Code create its own instructions by going through what you have in the project already. Right now, we don't have anything in the project, but I'm going to ask Claude to look at the PROD file and then create all the dependencies that we need, and then we'll proceed from there. It's a process. So just listen to me and follow the process one by one. If you're a new coder, this is just how you're going to go. So I'll go ahead and say /init. This means that Claude will eventually just go through the PROD to read what the PROD is all about. Claude will come up with an understanding of my project, what my project is about, everything that is written in the PROD to have a full understanding of the project so that it can now commence. So I'm just waiting for Claude to now go ahead to initialize and check everything within the code base to understand what exactly the project is talking about. So it will go through the PROD documents, both the prod.md and the prod.doc. And also it will go through the pricing calculator, dashboard, images, and code that I actually inserted in there. So when it goes through all that, it will have a more precise understanding of what we are building in this project. So I'm going to speed this up. So now I have a complete picture of the project. Do you want me to make the edit to Claude.md? It has gone through the project files, it has gone through the Stitch, pricing calculator dashboard, images, and code, and now it's asking me, it needs permission to make changes to Claude.md so that it will have that documented as something Claude would always follow. So I will say yes. So after this, now this is the next thing I'm going to do. Before I even begin to code anything, I'm going to move from this execution stage to planning stage, because planning stage gives you more power, gives you more understanding, and it helps Claude as well understand exactly what you need to build before you commence. In the planning mode, you can now go ahead to ask Claude to make a detailed plan and a well-documented plan that needs to follow. So I'll paste in this prompt that says, create a plan for the project that details the features and break them down into achievable tasks. Study and also ensure that the entire build follows the PROD recommendations and also the detailed design from Google Stitch. I want you to also build the entire front-end UI UX with reference to the design from Stitch while maintaining the primary focus from the PROD. Ensure that the tasks include all the pages, navigations, dashboards, links, elements, styles of the entire project. So once I'm done with this, I just simply hit enter. So I'm going to speed this up and allow Claude to cook. Even if you're a non-coder, it pays to actually understand what a UI UX is, what the front end is, what the back end is. You need to have a little bit of basic knowledge to all these things so that it doesn't sound strange once you are dealing with them. You need to understand what a PROD is, how to create a PROD, and how to use this PROD, how a dashboard works, how navigations work, how signups work, how authentications work. You need to know these things, at least the basic levels. Claude created a fantastic plan. So what it did here is it broke everything down in phases and in stages that it needs to follow. And it's well detailed. It said, I've created a comprehensive implementation plan covering all 6 pages from the Stitch Designs file. While following PRD specifications, the plan includes key highlights, 6 phases: step setup, core library, components, pages, features, polish. Now, 6 pages in priority order: calculator, that's the core, settings, products, analytics, reports, bulk upload, PRD compliance, orange color scheme, fixed, 3%, 10%, 15% percentages, PFC warning emphasized, core calculations engines with decimal.js for financial precision, all features, export PDF, CSV, share links, local storage history, PWA, offline support. I say important design decisions, PRD colors. Suggested the colors here. Then they went ahead to say user approved Claude's plan. So when it asked me to approve, I went ahead to approve. Now this is what it's going to do. Build a complete tax aware pricing automation tool for Nigeria SME with 6 pages based on Stitch UI designs following PRD specifications for business logic and branding. Now it took all this decision. I like this. Phase 1 is project setup. So it's going to initialize Vite and React TypeScript. Then it's going to create Vite, template React. Installation dependencies is going to go ahead and install all the dependencies it requires and needs for this, including testing, export routing, animations, financial calculations, and all that. Then it goes ahead to configure Tailwind with PRD colors. Now these are the colors it's going to configure for Tailwind. Project structure, this is the project structure is going to maintain for this particular project. So it's giving me everything, and when I went through it, it was okay. That's why I approved it. Now phase 2 is going to be the core library, TypeScript interfaces. The file it's going to edit is the index.ts, which is the cost input calculation. This is the main engine. It's going to create the main engine for our app here. So it's doing that already. Still in the same phase, it's going to do the constant calculation engine, which is very critical. It's a 6-step methodology using decimal.js. It's going to do the true cost, operating buffer, total cost, desired profit, tax buffer, PFC, and final selling price. It's going to do all that and just create it so that when the user interacts with the interface, it's automatically going to calculate. Okay. Now it's also going to do the functions, which is the calculator pricing, format currency, percentage, and all that. I'll have to go through all the documents. Validation as well will be in this phase. Unit test will also be in this phase. Once this is complete, it will now go ahead to check for phase 3, which is shared components. It's going to look at the layout components, the sidebar of the dashboard, talk about the logo, the navigation items with listed icons, active state, user section at bottom, mobile hidden, slide out drawer. It's going to do all that. It also planned the header right here. It also planned the main layout, and then we're looking at the UI primitives. Here is going to use ShadCN. We're talking about the button, the input, the card, the badge, tooltip, dialog, tabs. Everything is thought of, everything is planned. We're looking at again, let me see, chat components. Yeah, this is very important as well. I like this. It included it in the plan where it will introduce line charts, bar charts, and donut charts. It's still going to use this to represent some of the calculations you will be seeing in the app. I like that because in our design from stage, this actually came up, this actually showed up. But if we used Claude and did not specify that you should follow that, Claude probably would have designed something that will not have the line chart or the bar chart or the donut chart. So this is a good one in the plan. Now phase 4, which is priority order, says priority 1 is the pricing calculator dashboard. So it's going to do that. Talks about the layouts, the components, and then the functionality right here. Very good. Priority number 2 is the system settings. Also looks at the sections of the system. Priority number 3 is the product management inventory. Fantastic. So I also looked at that as well. Then priority number 4 is the analytic dashboard. So it's going to build that where it has profit margin trends line chart, cost driver breakdown bar chart, recent calculations table, full analytics in version 2 banner. So I like that as well. Priority 5 is pricing and revenue report. So the features will be date range selector, KPI cards that shows you your total revenue, net profit, average margin, order volume, revenue by category, donut chart, top performing products table, export report button, PDF and CSV. I like that. So priority number 6 is bulk pricing upload. So the features will be upload zone, download template button, processing preview, summary sidebar, process button, all that. Phase 5 is the features, which has the export to PDF, also has the export to CSV, it has the share functionality, it has local storage history, it has the PWA setup. Phase 6 now is polish, where you will deal with the animations, accessibility, and also performance. Then testing is the final one, still in phase 6. So verification of the manual, testing. So it went ahead, it started building. I like this. So let's see where we are now. It's going to start with the first phase, which is project setup, initialize Vite and all that. So it's asking me to give the command to proceed. So I'm actually going to say yes, and don't ask again for PMPM create commands. You should just go ahead and just start. So I will hit yes. So we're on the way. We've started the project. I'll speed it up and get back to you guys. So as you can see, Claude has finished everything and is asking to test the source. So I'm going to ask it to run development server. So go ahead. Yes. So it's giving us an URL to open. So I'll copy this and then open it. Okay, fantastic. This is our project has opened. As you can see on this side, we have the sidebar, and all this is actually very functional. The settings, analytics, the reports, bulk pricing, products, and the dashboard itself. The product, you can see it has the amount from total inventory value, average profit margin, active products, low margin alerts, even has here where you can add new product. We'll come to dashboard and let's input all this. Supplier price, let's say 65,000. All right, so once you input 65,000, it gives you the recommended final selling price. Remember, the shipping cost is not there. So let's say the shipping cost is, 4,500, or let's say shipping cost is 14,500. So that brings us to 91,000. Packaging and fulfillment, let's put that to 12,000. So now we have 105,000 for the recommended final selling price. So the fixed margin is here, operating buffer 3%, desired profit margin, tax buffer, which is 15%. Here it has the warning that says never sell below this threshold of 95,000. So the actual warning there tells you not to sell below 95,000. So you can't sell below 95,000. True landed cost is 91,000. Operating buffer 3% of that. Desired profit is 10%. Tax buffer is 15%. So you can't sell below 95,000 naira. Here you can click to save the history. Product here, all categories, electronics. It now puts them in different. Here you can choose to bring in a file or download the CSV. These are the prices, and then you can find bulk pricing, error, discard, and clear. Okay, so the report is this: total revenue for 428.5 million, net profits. This obviously this is not all working because our back end is not done yet. So we can go ahead and start doing the back end and then iterate more on this calculation defaults. You can put your calculation defaults as 3%, 10%, 15%. You can actually set this to dollar or to pounds. Right now it has those three currencies. You can add other currencies as well, and you can start iterating to make everything here very functional. See, as I swiped away, all they swiped out, so you can make it more functional and The next video, I'm going to show you how we're going to set up the back end and take this project to life. So we're going to do the production of the back end and set up everything we need to do, the testing, the debugging, and everything will be in the next video. If you have any comments, leave them in the comment section of this video. I'll also leave links to other projects in the description of this video. If there's something else you want me to build, kindly just leave it in the comment section and I will attend to it.